Hey, and welcome to another tech episode of First World Problems. In this episode, we're having a look at the Fancy LED's SyncBox. Now, Fancy LED is a company that does SyncBox, and they do it really well, and they do it at an affordable price. And they actually got in touch because they came up with a new SyncBox that actually does RGBW. Now, what is RGBW? I'll go into it a little bit later in the video, but I basically have replaced my box that I had previously by Litme that actually was absolutely solid with this one because I believe is much better for so many reasons. So without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome to another video. I hope you guys are doing well. Now, thank you to Fancy LEDs for sponsoring this video, and they sent me their Fancy LED box that actually is absolutely super affordable, especially in comparison to most sync boxes out there. And this one comes in a nice packaging. So as you open the box, you will find that not only do you have the sync box, but you also have adapters for anywhere in the world. You have like a power brick that you can actually install behind the TV. Now, on top of that, inside the box, you will find also a 8K HDMI cable, which is actually very impressive. And lastly, you have this Fancy LED box. Now, you can see that the box has 3 connections for HDMI, and then it has one HDMI out connection. The box is quite simple. It has some vents on the back, and I think that the only thing that I would like for it to be slightly different is that if the box was black instead of white, but that's a super minor pet peeve, mostly mine, but is to do with color, if anything. Now, the RGBW strip, which is the most important bit here. So far, I've only used RGB strips, and I didn't quite understand exactly what's so special about RGBW strips. So, and there's 2 main benefits as far as I understand. So the RGBW, basically the W stands for white, and the white allows you to have more accuracy in your colors. So for example, if you have a red color, instead of just having either a very bright red color or a very dim red color, introducing a white color allows you to have a more orangey, bright or dark color. And same thing for the greens, same things for the blues, and it allows you to have a bigger gamut of color as you are actually going through the different colors in your TV, which is really cool. The second benefit of RGBW is the fact that you can have more lights per strip. The strips come with 3M tape. You just go around, install it. The corners help a ton to make sure that they actually go flush against the corners and routes against the TV really well. So we are here in my living room. That's the TV that I'm going to be installing the lights. Should be an easy install because I already have some installed. Go and check out the video that I made ages ago, but I'm basically replacing the ones that I currently have with these ones. But for now, we need to actually do some hard work, get this off the wall, put it on the sofa, and basically start the install and all that stuff. And then basically bring it back from here to the wall again, and then see if it all works. Now, when it comes to the support and the image and the quality, most likely some of you looking at this are thinking, if I had put a sync box in between my TV and all my devices, what happens to my TV quality? What happens to like all the support of 4K and 20 Hertz, 120 Hertz and all these other things? So I plugged my Xbox, my PlayStation, and the quality is exactly the same. It supports 8K, but most TVs, at least my TV, is actually kind of cut off at 4K. I don't have an 8K TV. It also supports variable refresh rate, VRR, for all of those that actually are interested in that. And that's really cool because I can quickly go from like playing a game at the highest refresh rate to then watching a movie at 24 frames per second, and everything works 100%. It supports as well ALLM, which is a low latency mode. Now PS5, again, Xbox 360, they all have that, and most TVs nowadays, especially if you get an OLED, like one of the latest TVs, they also have that, especially when you have the LG gaming mode. That tech on those TVs becomes super important. Another thing that is very basic nowadays, but didn't used to be so much is Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. Both of them are supported as well, and HDR and ARC are also supported, which is great for me because my last box didn't support ARC, and I have a Sonos sound bar, and I had to plug it directly to the TV because that was the only device that was not supported, which means that now I can actually plug it directly to the box. Happy days, and I have a free HDMI to use at a later point. All right, so this was hard. We finished setting it up. I just closed the curtains. I can already tell, even though it's daytime, that the colors look way better on this light strip than it used to. I can see colors that I couldn't see before. I know that in the camera it looks kind of white. You don't see the colors very well, but in person, because of the background of my Apple TV, all of these bluish colors and yellow colors and stuff, they are actually being translated to the lights over here, which is really, really cool. Now, lastly, you have an app that you can use to make sure that your box is actually synced the way you like it. You have quite a lot of different options, and the app is quite easy to use, I think. But to me, at least, just like with the Lead Me app, you kind of like set it once and then you forget it, which is a good thing to have. I actually tested a bunch of different movies and different things that I actually thought it was going to be very, very interesting. I played Avatar, I played Star Wars as well, and the lights actually performed incredibly well, and my wife and I were so amazed by the precision of the lights and how fast they can change as well, which is really, really cool. Now, for games, I tried Minecraft, I tried Fortnite, Ratchet and Clank as well, and everything worked incredibly well. So I think that if you're looking for a box that has the latest tech, especially if you're a gamer, especially if you're looking to future-proof your TV and your setup in order to make sure that you get the sync box lights, which become more immersive, but you also want to make sure that the box doesn't interfere with any of the Dolby Atmos and HDR and all these other things, then I definitely think that the Fancy LEDs is an amazing box for you guys. So if you actually want to check it out, then definitely check out the link below. The guys are great. The communication is really, really cool. So I think you're going to be in good hands if you decide to go for a Fancy LED sync box. And that is all I had for you guys today. So until the next one, stay well, stay safe. Peace.